Welcome to our deep dive, all about financial wellness.
Okay.
We're going to be taking a look at this source, financial wellness, the road to financial security.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to kind of explore this with you
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's not just about becoming a millionaire or
Right.
getting rich overnight.
Yeah.
It's really about, I think, understanding the psychology behind our relationship with money and how it affects us
Absolutely.
mentally
Yeah.
within our families and even like how we interact with the world around us.
It's a fascinating area, isn't it?
Yeah.
We often think about finances as just,
Hmm.
numbers on a spreadsheet.
Right.
But, this document is really digging deeper
Yeah.
into like the emotional and psychological
Yeah.
factors.
And one of the first things that really jumped out at me was this idea that financial wellness is a multifaceted goal.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about having a big pile of cash. It's about feeling secure and free
Yeah.
to live a life
Yeah.
that reflects your values.
It's about aligning your finances with what truly matters to you.
Yeah.
The document actually shares a pretty compelling story about John the freelancer.
Okay.
He built his entire business around his core values:
Okay.
creativity, independence, and giving back to the community.
Yeah.
What's striking is he didn't compromise on these values even when faced with financial pressures.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to stick to your values when you're worried about paying bills or,
Right.
just keeping your head above water.
Yeah.
So to see someone like John who's managed to kind of weave his passions and principles into
hmm
his financial strategy,
hmm
it's really inspiring.
It makes you think about what your own non-negotiables are, right?
Totally.
What are those core values that you want to guide
Yes,
your financial decisions?
absolutely. It's about asking yourself,
Hmm.
what kind of life do I want to create?
Yeah.
And then figuring out how your finances
Yeah.
can support that vision.
And that's where the psychology of money comes into play.
Right.
Our beliefs and behaviors around money are often shaped by our childhood experiences, family dynamics,
Yeah.
and even societal messages that we absorb subconsciously.
Interesting.
It can be really eye-opening to
Yeah.
examine how these influences play out in our adult lives.
For sure. The document uses this really interesting example of Socrates,
Okay.
who, because of his family history, grew up believing that financial success was something to be wary of.
Interesting.
And it took him years to even recognize
Wow.
how deeply ingrained that belief was and how it was holding him back from really reaching his full potential.
It reminds us that we may be carrying around limiting beliefs about money without even realizing it.
Yeah, for sure.
The document suggests a few techniques to help address these beliefs.
Okay.
One is to actually create a detailed financial plan.
Okay.
By taking a concrete, structured approach, you can start to challenge those negative thoughts
Right.
and replace them with a more empowered mindset.
So it's not just about therapy, it's about actually taking action.
Exactly.
I like that.
Mhm.
The source also mentions seeking professional counseling if you're struggling with deeper issues.
Yeah.
So, I think it's great that they acknowledge that our relationship with money can be really complex.
Right.
And that sometimes we need a little extra support
Of course.
to navigate those complexities.
Exactly. It's recognizing that there's no shame in seeking help and guidance, especially when it comes to something
Right.
as important as our financial well-being.
Right. And then beyond just understanding our personal money blueprint, I guess, there's this concept of developing financial consciousness, which is, it's about becoming more aware of our financial habits,
Yeah.
where our money is going, and how we can make more conscious choices.
Right.
So you mean not just blindly swiping the credit card every time we see something shiny?
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about being mindful of those seemingly small, everyday expenses that can add up over time. The document highlights a really relatable example. Someone who spends a few dollars every day on coffee or snacks.
Yeah.
Seems insignificant in the moment,
Right.
but those little leaks can drain your resources in the long run.
Yeah. It's like that classic saying, take care of the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves, but
Yeah.
applied to our modern spending habits.
And the key here is to not just be aware of those habits,
Right.
but to actively start establishing new, healthier ones.
Yeah.
This could include things like creating a budget, setting up automatic savings transfers, or simply tracking your spending to see where you can make adjustments.
So moving from awareness to action,
Absolutely.
replacing those kind of autopilot spending patterns
Yeah.
with more intentional choices.
Once you have a clear picture of your spending, The next step is to really dive into financial management,
Okay.
the nuts and bolts of managing your money effectively.
Okay, so the document really emphasizes the importance of creating a budget. It's almost like shining a spotlight on your financial life, revealing those patterns you might not even be aware of.
I think one of the most common misconceptions about budgeting is that it's restrictive
Yeah.
and it takes the fun out of life.
Right.
But I'd argue that it's actually quite empowering.
Okay.
It gives you a sense of control and helps you make informed decisions about your spending.
It's about being the boss of your money,
Exactly.
rather than letting your money boss you around.
And speaking of taking charge,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most effective strategies mentioned in the document is the pay yourself first principle.
Okay.
It's about setting aside a percentage of your income for savings before you even think about paying bills.
So it's like prioritizing your future self
Exactly.
over those immediate demands on your wallet.
It's a powerful shift in mindset that can make a significant difference in your long-term financial well-being.
Now, while being mindful of our spending and managing our money are really crucial,
Yeah.
the document also highlights the importance of harnessing the power of goals. So why are goals so important when it comes to financial success?
Goals provide direction and motivation.
Okay.
They give you something concrete to work towards.
Okay.
The document distinguishes between vague goals like, I want more money,
Right. We all want more money.
which we all do,
Yeah.
and SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable,
Yeah.
relevant, and time-bound.
So instead of just wishing for a windfall, a SMART goal might be, I will save $10,000 for a down payment on a house in the next 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the document emphasizes that it's not enough to simply set a goal.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a plan to achieve it.
Okay.
Stay committed and be willing to adjust course as needed, because life, as we know,
Right.
rarely goes according to plan.
It's about being flexible and adaptable,
Yeah.
but still keeping that end goal in sight.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Now, once we've set those goals, it's essential to build a solid foundation for achieving them.
Okay.
And that's where financial security comes in.
The document describes this as creating that stable base. That feeling of being able to meet your needs without constantly worrying about money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about having that peace of mind, knowing that you can handle life's unexpected
Yeah.
twists and turns without being completely derailed financially.
It's like having solid ground beneath your feet, financially speaking.
One of the key elements of building that security, according to the document, is having a contingency fund.
Okay.
That 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses stashed away for emergencies.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's that rainy day fund, that safety cushion that can help you navigate job loss,
Mm-hmm.
unexpected medical bills, or any other financial curveballs life throws your way.
Especially in today's uncertain world.
Yeah.
It sounds like a smart move.
The document also discusses debt management,
Okay.
specifically the snowball strategy for tackling those high-interest debts.
What's that?
So the snowball strategy is all about paying off your smallest debts first, regardless of the interest rate,
Okay.
to create a sense of momentum and motivation.
Okay.
Once you've paid off one debt, you roll that payment amount into the next smallest debt, and so on.
Okay.
It's a great way to gain control and start chipping away at that debt mountain.
So it's about building momentum
Mhm.
and positive reinforcement,
Yeah.
creating that sense of accomplishment
Okay.
that keeps you moving forward.
And speaking of building momentum,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most empowering aspects of financial wellness
Yeah.
is the idea of investing in yourself, which the document describes as your greatest asset.
Yeah. What do you think they mean by that?
Well, I think it goes beyond just our bank accounts.
Okay.
It's about investing in our skills,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge,
Yeah.
and even our self-esteem.
The document gives the example of someone learning a new programming language or getting certified in a high-demand field
Right.
to kind of boost their career prospects.
It's about actively increasing your earning potential by becoming more valuable in the marketplace.
It makes me think about the gig economy and how people are creating their own opportunities by leveraging their skills and expertise.
Absolutely. The document also connects self-esteem to financial well-being, stating that believing in yourself allows you to take calculated risks,
Okay.
negotiate for better pay, and pursue opportunities that might seem out of reach.
So recognizing your worth and then translating that into financial confidence.
If you don't believe in yourself, who will?
I love that.
Now, while personal development is essential, it's also important to develop a strategic mindset
Okay.
when it comes to your finances.
Yeah.
The document defines strategic thinking as going beyond day-to-day money management. It's about seeing the bigger picture, anticipating challenges and opportunities,
Yeah.
and having a plan to navigate those financial waters.
It's like being the captain of your own financial ship, right?
Exactly.
Having a clear destination in mind and plotting a course to get there.
And just like a good captain,
Yeah.
you need to be aware of the potential storms
Right.
and adjust your course as needed.
So it's not about having a rigid plan that you stick to no matter what, but being flexible and adaptable, making adjustments along the way.
And speaking of navigating challenging terrain, the document highlights the often overlooked role that family dynamics play in our financial well-being.
Oh, this is an area I'm really curious to explore.
Yeah,
It seems like money can be a major source of stress and conflict within families.
absolutely. The document actually suggests that healthy family relationships can support financial well-being,
Okay.
while strained relationships can create a whole host of financial challenges.
So it's not just about individual responsibility,
Right.
but fostering a sense of teamwork
Yeah.
and open communication within the family unit.
Exactly. They contrast a couple who openly discusses their finances and creates a budget together
Okay.
versus a couple that avoids those money conversations.
Yeah, you can see how open communication and shared goals can lead to greater financial harmony. But for families who haven't established those healthy communication patterns,
Yeah,
where do they even begin?
that's a great question.
Yeah.
The document suggests holding regular family financial meetings,
Okay.
almost like a mini board meeting for your household finances.
It sounds a bit formal,
Yeah,
but I can see how it could be helpful.
it doesn't have to be stuffy. Think of it as a time to set shared goals,
Okay.
discuss any challenges,
Yeah.
and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Right. It's like creating that financial team spirit
Exactly.
within your family.
And hopefully it'll prevent those money-related arguments down the road.
Yeah, exactly. Now, from family matters, the document shifts to a topic that many people dream of,
Right.
financial independence.
That feeling of having your finances in order not being tied to a job you don't love
Yes.
and having the freedom to make choices based on your values and passions.
It's a really powerful concept. What does it actually look like in practice?
Well, the document defines financial independence as not being solely reliant on a job for income. It's about having investments or other income streams that allow you to live life on your own terms.
So having your money work for you rather than you constantly working for money.
Exactly. The document provides a concrete example. Someone who diligently invests in a diversified stock portfolio over 15 years,
Wow.
gradually building a passive income stream
Okay.
that eventually allows them to retire comfortably.
That's a long game.
It is.
Quite.
It takes patience and discipline,
Yeah,
but the rewards can be life-changing.
for sure. And while investing in the stock market is one path to financial independence,
Yeah.
the document encourages listeners to explore a range of options from real estate to starting a side business.
Absolutely.
It's about finding what aligns with your interests, your skills, and your risk tolerance.
So there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
It's about tailoring your strategy to your individual circumstances and goals.
Now, this next section is one of my favorites
Right.
because it injects a little creativity into the mix. It's all about the power of financial thinking and creativity.
It's about recognizing that financial success isn't just about crunching numbers.
Okay.
It often requires that spark of innovation, that ability to see the world differently and come up with solutions that others might miss.
They use the example of the sharing economy.
Right.
Companies like Airbnb and Uber
Right.
that completely disrupted existing markets with their creative business models.
They saw an opportunity to connect people and resources in a new way.
Yeah.
And in doing so, they created immense value.
It's inspiring to see how creative thinking can lead to financial breakthroughs.
Absolutely.
The source even throws out a challenge to the listener. Could you spot a gap in the market and create the next big thing?
Yeah. It's about encouraging that entrepreneurial spirit, that willingness to think outside the box and explore unconventional paths to financial success.
And then from individual creativity, we zoom out to a broader perspective.
Okay.
Economic prosperity and social responsibility.
Okay.
What's the connection here?
Well, this section highlights the growing recognition that businesses need to operate ethically and sustainably.
Okay.
It's not just about maximizing profits. It's about making a positive impact
Yeah.
on the world.
They bring up Patagonia as a prime example.
Right.
Their commitment to environmental sustainability and fair labor practices has become a major selling point, attracting a loyal customer base who
Yeah.
are willing to pay a premium for products that align with their values.
It shows that you can do well by doing good.
Oh,
And the document also touches on how personal social contribution,
yeah.
things like volunteering or donating to causes you care about, can enhance your own sense of well-being.
It's about recognizing that financial success isn't just about personal gain.
Right.
It's also about having the resources to make a difference and contribute to something larger than yourself.
Now, we can't talk about financial wellness without addressing the inevitable crises.
Oh.
So the document wraps up with a section on crisis management and building financial resilience.
Because, let's face it, life throws curveballs, and sometimes those curveballs come in the form of financial challenges.
Absolutely.
Job loss, unexpected medical bills, global pandemics, you name it.
What are some of the key takeaways from this section?
Well, the document really emphasizes the importance of staying calm and rational during a crisis.
Oh, that's good.
Avoiding those knee-jerk, fear-based decisions
Yeah.
that can often exacerbate the situation.
Right.
They point to companies that successfully navigated the COVID-19 pandemic, demonstrating resilience, adaptability, and that crucial, we've got this mindset.
Right.
It makes you think about how important it is to have a plan,
Yeah.
or even better, a plan B in place.
Having those backup strategies and financial reserves can help you weather those unforeseen storms.
It's like having that financial safety net to catch you if you stumble.
The document also stresses the importance of clear communication during a crisis.
Right.
Keeping employees, customers, and stakeholders informed and reassured.
Yeah, it's about building trust and transparency even when things get tough.
Exactly. And finally, we arrive at the ultimate destination, the road to economic freedom.
This is what it's all been building towards, that feeling of financial independence, of being able to manage your finances autonomously,
Right.
make choices without being limited by money worries.
They describe it as having that financial breathing room to live life on your own terms, pursuing your passions, spending time with loved ones, and making a difference in the world.
The document kind of walks the listener through creating a personalized plan for achieving this freedom,
Right.
starting with setting those clear, inspiring goals.
It's about defining what financial freedom means to you.
Yeah.
Is it early retirement travel?
Yeah.
The world, start your dream business?
Yeah. Once you have those goals in mind, the document stresses the importance of creating a realistic budget, tracking your income and expenses, and finding ways to optimize your spending.
It's about being mindful of where your money is going
Right.
and making sure it's aligned with your values and goals.
The document also emphasizes the importance of diversifying your income streams,
Yeah.
exploring opportunities beyond your 9-to-5 job, maybe starting a side hustle, investing in real estate, or building a passive income stream through online ventures.
It's about creating multiple streams of income,
Right.
so you're not reliant on just one source.
And then they hit on something that's really crucial for long-term financial success:
What's that?
continuous learning and adaptation.
Oh, yeah. So it's about recognizing that the financial landscape is constantly evolving.
Right.
So you need to stay informed,
Yeah.
upgrade your skills, and be willing to adjust your strategies along the way.
So being a lifelong student of finance,
Exactly.
always curious, always learning, always seeking ways to improve your financial game.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into financial wellness.
It's been fascinating to explore the psychological, emotional, and practical dimensions
Absolutely.
of our relationship with money.
It really has.
We've talked about everything from aligning your finances with your values, to developing financial consciousness, to creating a solid financial foundation.
We've just scratched the surface.
Right.
There's so much more to discover as we continue our journey into the world of financial wellness.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve even deeper into strategies for managing money and mental health,
Okay.
investing in yourself, and cultivating a strategic mindset for financial success.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive into financial wellness. In the last part, we kind of laid the groundwork, explored the concept of financial wellness as a multifaceted goal, and the importance of understanding our personal psychology around money.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious to delve deeper into the connection between money and mental health. I know for me personally, financial worries can really weigh on my mind.
Yeah, it's a powerful connection.
Yeah.
The document highlights how financial stress can manifest in a variety of ways.
Oh, yeah.
Increased anxiety, sleep disturbances, feelings of inadequacy,
Yeah.
even social withdrawal.
Wow.
It's like this heavy cloak that can really stifle your energy and joy.
It makes sense when you're constantly worried about money.
Mhm.
It's hard to focus on anything else.
Yeah,
It can affect your relationships, your work, even your physical health.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is the document doesn't just dwell on the negative impact.
Okay.
It also offers practical techniques for relieving money anxiety and regaining a sense of control.
So it's not just about doom and gloom. It's about empowering ourselves to take action.
Exactly.
What are some of those techniques?
Well, as we touched on earlier,
Yeah.
creating a clear financial plan is a powerful first step.
Mm-hmm.
It's about organizing your finances,
Okay.
setting realistic goals,
Right.
and having a strategy for managing debt.
So taking that feeling of overwhelm and breaking it down
Right.
into manageable steps.
Exactly. And having a plan in place can really reduce those feelings of helplessness.
Yeah.
It's like having a roadmap
Right.
to guide you through those challenging financial times.
The source also mentions the importance of developing a positive mindset,
Right.
accepting your current reality, and focusing on what you can control.
Yeah.
But how do you stay positive when you're facing a mountain of debt or struggling to make ends meet?
Well, it's not about denying the challenges.
Okay.
It's about shifting your perspective.
Okay.
So instead of saying, I'm drowning in debt,
Right.
try reframing it as, okay, I have a plan to tackle this one step at a
Yeah.
time. It's about focusing on those small wins
Mm-hmm.
and celebrating your progress along the way.
It's like that saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Exactly.
So even those small actions can create positive momentum. The document also recommends incorporating relaxation and stress relief techniques into your routine. Oh, yeah.
Things like meditation,
Right.
deep breathing exercises, or even just getting out in nature for a walk.
Of course.
It's about taking care of your mental and emotional well-being alongside your financial well-being.
Because as we've been saying, it's all interconnected.
Right.
When you reduce stress, you're more likely to make clear-headed financial decisions.
It makes you realize that financial wellness isn't just about spreadsheets and numbers.
Right.
It's about our overall well-being.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of investing in our well-being,
Yeah.
I'm really intrigued by this concept of investing in yourself,
Okay.
which the source describes as one of the most powerful and rewarding things you can do.
Absolutely. It's about nurturing your skills, expanding your knowledge, and cultivating that unshakable self-esteem.
Right.
The document uses the example of a professional who decides to learn a new programming language
Okay.
or get certified in a high-demand field to kind of boost their career prospects.
So recognizing that the best investment you can make is in yourself.
I like that.
And it's not just about boosting your earning potential.
Okay.
The document also highlights the powerful link between self-esteem and financial well-being.
So you mean that confidence in yourself translates into confidence in your ability to manage money and make sound financial decisions?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The more you believe in yourself and your abilities, the more likely you are to take calculated risks,
Okay.
negotiate for better pay,
Right.
and pursue those opportunities that might seem out of reach.
It's about recognizing that you are worthy of success, both financially and personally.
Absolutely.
And that confidence can open doors for you
Yeah.
in all areas of your life.
And this leads to another key point made in the source.
Okay.
The importance of lifelong learning.
Oh, okay.
It's that idea that education and personal growth shouldn't stop
Right.
once we finish school or even once we've established our careers.
It's about staying curious, embracing new challenges, and constantly seeking ways to expand our skill set. So having that growth mindset, that belief that you can always learn and improve no matter where you are in your journey.
Exactly. And this is especially relevant in today's rapidly changing world.
Yeah.
Those who are willing to adapt and learn new things will be the ones who thrive, both personally and financially.
Now, from personal growth,
Yeah.
the source shifts gears to strategic thinking,
Okay.
which they describe as essential for achieving financial success. What does that mean in practical terms?
It's about moving beyond those day-to-day financial tasks
Okay.
and developing a big picture perspective.
Okay.
It's about anticipating challenges, identifying opportunities, and having a plan to navigate those often turbulent financial waters.
So like being the captain of your own financial ship, right?
Exactly.
Having that clear vision of where you want to go and
Yeah.
then charting a course to get there.
The source provides some great examples of strategic thinking in action.
Okay.
They mention Steve Jobs' vision for Apple, which revolutionized the tech industry.
But they also bring it down to a more relatable level,
Yeah.
talking about how a job seeker might strategically evaluate a new position
Right.
to see if it aligns with their long-term career goals.
Exactly.
Or an entrepreneur analyzing market trends to make informed business decisions.
It's about applying that strategic mindset
Yeah.
to every aspect of your financial life. From those small, everyday choices
Right.
to those big, life-altering decisions.
So it's not just for CEOs and entrepreneurs.
Right.
It's a skill that anyone can develop and benefit from.
The source also emphasizes the importance of flexibility and adaptability,
Yeah.
especially in today's fast-paced world.
What do they mean by that?
Well, it's about recognizing that the financial landscape is constantly shifting.
Okay.
New technologies emerge,
Yeah.
markets fluctuate, unexpected events happen.
Right.
To thrive in this environment,
Yeah.
you need to be able to adjust your course, pivot your strategies,
Okay.
and embrace those changes rather than resisting them.
It makes me think about the rise of online businesses
Yeah,
and how traditional brick-and-mortar stores have had to adapt to stay relevant.
exactly. The source uses the example of Blockbuster,
Oh, yeah.
the video rental giant
Yeah.
that failed to adapt to the rise of streaming services like Netflix.
Wow, what a classic example.
Blockbuster stuck to its old business model, while Netflix embraced innovation and change,
Yeah.
ultimately becoming the dominant force in the entertainment industry.
It's a stark reminder that in the world of finance as in life,
Yeah?
those who are adaptable and willing to embrace change are the ones who thrive.
Okay, time for a little family therapy.
Okay.
The next section explores the connection between financial success and family dynamics.
This is such an important topic because our families have a huge influence
Right.
on our financial beliefs and behaviors.
The source suggests that healthy family relationships can actually support financial well-being.
Okay.
Conversely, strained relationships can create all sorts of financial challenges.
So it's not just about individual responsibility, it's about creating a supportive and collaborative environment within the family unit.
Exactly. They use the example of a couple who openly discusses their finances
Yeah.
and creates a budget together versus a couple that avoids those money conversations.
Yeah, it's easy to see how open communication and shared goals can lead to greater financial harmony. But for families who haven't established those healthy communication patterns,
Right.
where do they even begin?
The source recommends holding regular family financial meetings,
Okay.
almost like a mini board meeting
Okay.
for your household finances.
It sounds a bit formal.
Yep.
But I can see how it could be helpful.
It doesn't have to be stuffy.
Okay.
Think of it as a time to set shared goals,
Right.
discuss any challenges, and make sure everyone's on the same page.
And hopefully prevent those money-related arguments down the road?
It can also be an opportunity to teach children
Yeah.
about money management from a young age.
Absolutely. Now, from Family Matters,
Right.
the document shifts to a topic that many people dream of.
What's that?
Financial independence.
That feeling of having your finances in order,
Yeah.
not being tied to a job you don't love, and having the freedom to make choices based on your values and passions.
It's a powerful concept.
Yeah.
But what does it actually look like in practice?
Well, the document defines financial independence as not being solely reliant on a job for income.
Okay.
It's about having investments or other income streams that allow you to live life on your own terms.
Okay.
They offer the example of someone who invests in a diversified stock portfolio over 15 years, gradually building a passive income stream
Okay.
that eventually allows them to retire comfortably.
So playing the long game,
Right.
being patient, and making consistent, smart financial choices.
Exactly. And while investing in the stock market is one path to financial independence,
Right.
the document encourages listeners to explore a range of options, from real estate to starting a side business.
Yeah.
It's about finding what aligns with your interests, your skills, and your risk tolerance.
Right. So there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly.
It's about tailoring your strategy to your individual circumstances and goals.
Now, this next section is one of my favorites
Okay, let's hear it.
because it injects a little creativity into the mix.
Oh,
It's all about the power of financial thinking and creativity.
I like it.
It's about recognizing that financial success isn't just about crunching numbers.
Okay.
It often requires that spark of innovation, that ability to see the world differently
Yeah.
and come up with solutions that others might miss.
Okay, they use the example of the sharing economy,
Right, yeah.
companies like Airbnb and Uber
Yeah.
that completely disrupted existing markets.
They saw an opportunity to connect people and resources in a new way.
Okay,
And in doing so, they created immense value.
okay.
They weren't afraid to challenge the status quo and
Yeah.
think outside the box.
And that can be really tough sometimes.
It can. It
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
It can be scary.
It's inspiring to see how creative thinking can lead to financial breakthroughs.
Absolutely.
The source even throws out a challenge to the listener.
Yeah.
Could you spot a gap in the market
Right.
and create the next big thing?
Exactly. It's about encouraging that entrepreneurial spirit, that willingness to think outside the box
Yeah.
and explore unconventional paths to financial success.
Now, from individual creativity, we zoom out to a broader perspective.
Okay.
Economic prosperity and social responsibility.
Right.
What's the connection here?
Well, this section emphasizes the growing awareness that businesses need to operate ethically and sustainably. It's not just about maximizing profits.
Right.
It's about making a positive impact on the world.
They highlight Patagonia as a prime example.
Right.
Their commitment to environmental sustainability and fair labor practices has become a major selling point,
It has.
attracting a loyal customer base who are willing to pay a premium for products that align with their values.
It shows that doing good can also be good for business.
Yeah, I like that.
And the document also touches on how personal social contribution, things like volunteering or donating to causes you care about, can enhance your own sense of well-being and purpose.
So it's recognizing that financial success isn't just about personal gain.
Right.
It's also about having the resources to make a difference and contribute to something larger than yourself.
No, we can't talk about financial wellness without addressing the inevitable
The inevitable what?
crises.
Oh, crises, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the source wraps up with a section on crisis management and building financial resilience.
This is about recognizing that unexpected events happen and having a plan in place to navigate those turbulent times.
Let's face it, life throws curveballs.
It does.
It could be a job loss, unexpensive medical bills, a global pandemic, anything can happen.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
So the source emphasizes the importance of staying calm and rational during a crisis,
Okay, that's good advice.
avoiding those knee-jerk, fear-based decisions that can often make things worse.
Right, because when you're in a panic, you don't always make the best choices.
Exactly.
They point to companies that successfully navigated the COVID-19 pandemic, demonstrating resilience, adaptability, and a "we've got this" attitude.
Yeah. What's interesting is that many of these companies didn't just survive.
Right.
They thrived by adapting to the new reality and finding creative solutions.
So it reinforces the importance of having a plan B,
Exactly.
those backup strategies, and financial reserves that can help you weather those unforeseen storms.
Right.
What are some of the key elements of a solid financial backup plan?
Well, having a contingency fund, as we mentioned earlier, is crucial.
Okay, so that 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses that you have set aside for emergencies.
Like that financial cushion that can help you stay afloat if you lose your job or face an unexpected expense.
Beyond that, it's helpful to have a plan for managing debt.
Of course.
This could involve consolidating high-interest debt, negotiating with creditors, or exploring debt management programs if necessary.
Right.
It's about taking a proactive approach rather than letting debt overwhelm you.
The source also emphasizes the importance of diversifying your income streams.
Okay.
If you're reliant on a single source of income, a job loss can be devastating.
Right.
But if you have multiple streams of income,
Yeah.
whether it's from a side hustle investments or a rental property, you're less vulnerable to financial shocks.
It's like having multiple legs on a stool.
Exactly.
If one leg breaks, you're still supported.
And finally, the document stresses the importance of clear communication during a crisis.
Oh, yeah. Communication is key.
It is.
This applies to all aspects of your life, from communicating with family members about financial challenges to keeping employees informed if you're a business owner.
It's about building trust and transparency, even when things get tough.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in the second part of our deep dive into financial wellness.
It has been a journey.
We've explored the connection between money and mental health,
Right.
the power of investing in yourself, the importance of strategic thinking and adaptability, and the role of family dynamics in our financial well-being.
And we've also touched on the essential elements of crisis management.
Yes.
And building financial resilience.
It's been a fascinating journey so far.
It has.
And we're not done yet.
I know.
In the next part,
Yeah.
we'll explore the road to economic freedom,
Okay.
delve into the creative side of financial thinking,
Okay.
and wrap up with some key takeaways and action steps.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to our final installment of this deep dive into financial wellness.
Okay.
We've explored the emotional and psychological aspects of money,
Yeah.
tackled the nuts and bolts of financial management. Right.
And learned how to kind of weather those inevitable financial storms.
Right.
Now I'm excited to talk about the ultimate goal,
Okay.
the road to economic freedom.
It's a destination worth striving for.
Yeah.
The document describes this as the ability to manage your finances, completely independently making choices without being constrained by financial limitations.
Right.
It's about having the autonomy to live life on your own terms.
It's that feeling of liberation, right?
Yes.
Not being tied to a job you don't enjoy just to pay the bills. Being able to pursue your passions,
Right.
spend time with loved ones,
Yeah.
and make a difference in the world without constantly worrying about money.
Exactly. And what's great is that the document doesn't just paint this rosy picture of financial freedom.
Right.
It provides a roadmap for getting there.
Okay. I like that.
And it starts with setting those clear, inspiring goals.
So asking yourself, what does financial freedom look like for me?
Right.
Is it early retirement?
Yeah.
Traveling the world?
Starting your dream business.
Once you've defined your vision,
Yeah.
the next step is to create a realistic budget.
Okay.
This involves tracking your income and expenses, identifying areas where you can cut back,
Right.
and making sure your spending is aligned with your goals.
It's about being mindful of where your money is going
Yeah.
and making conscious choices.
Sometimes it's those small everyday expenses
Right.
that can really add up.
Yeah, like that daily latte or
Yeah.
those impulse buys at the checkout counter.
Absolutely. And the document emphasizes the importance of diversifying your income streams.
Yeah.
This could involve exploring opportunities beyond your 9-to-5 job,
Yeah.
maybe starting a side hustle,
Right.
investing in real estate, or building a passive income stream through online ventures.
So creating multiple streams of income.
Exactly.
So you're not reliant on a single source.
And finally, they hit on something that's really crucial for long-term financial success:
What's that?
continuous learning and adaptation.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. It's
Yeah.
so important.
It's about recognizing that the financial landscape is constantly evolving.
Right.
New technologies, emerging markets fluctuate.
Yeah.
Unexpected events happen.
Right.
To thrive in this environment, you need to stay informed, upgrade your skills,
Yeah.
and be willing to adjust your strategies along the way.
So being a lifelong student of finance is
Exactly.
always curious, always learning, always seeking ways to improve your financial game.
And now for a section that really sparked my imagination.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
The fascinating link between financial thinking and creativity.
Oh, I like it.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The document highlights how financial success isn't just about being good with numbers.
All right.
It often requires a healthy dose of creativity,
Okay.
that ability to see the world differently and come up with innovative solutions.
They use the example of the sharing economy at companies like Airbnb and Uber that completely disrupted existing markets with their creative business models.
They saw an opportunity to connect people and resources in a new way.
Right.
And in doing so, they created immense value.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid to challenge the status quo and think outside the box.
It's inspiring to see how creative thinking can lead to those financial breakthroughs.
Absolutely.
The source even throws out a challenge to the listener.
Yeah.
Could you spot a gap in the market and create the next big thing?
It's about encouraging that entrepreneurial spirit, that willingness to think outside the box
Yeah.
and explore unconventional paths to financial success.
And speaking of a broader perspective,
Right.
the document also touches on the intersection of economic prosperity and social responsibility.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, it seems like there's a growing awareness that businesses need to operate ethically and sustainably.
This section emphasizes that.
Yeah.
It's not just about maximizing profits.
Right.
It's about making a positive impact on the world.
They use Patagonia as a prime example.
Right.
Their commitment to environmental sustainability and fair labor practices has become a major selling point,
Yeah.
attracting a loyal customer base who are willing to pay a premium for products that align with their values.
It shows that doing good can also be good for business.
Right.
And the document also highlights the personal benefits of social contribution.
Okay.
Things like volunteering or donating to causes you care about can enhance your sense of well-being and purpose.
So it's a powerful reminder that financial success isn't just about personal gain.
Right.
It's also about having the resources to make a difference
Yeah.
and contribute to something larger than yourself.
It's about aligning your financial goals with your values
Yeah.
and using your resources to create a better world.
Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive into financial wellness.
We have.
We've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah.
from the psychology of money to the nuts and bolts of budgeting and investing,
Yeah.
from navigating financial crises to the road to economic freedom.
What a journey.
It has been quite a journey.
It has.
What's the one key takeaway
Okay.
you'd like our listeners to walk away with today?
I think the most important message is that financial wellness is a journey, not a destination.
Okay.
It's about continuous growth, learning, and adaptation. It's about aligning your financial choices with your values and goals.
Yeah.
And it's about recognizing that your relationship with money is deeply intertwined with your mental, emotional, and even spiritual well-being.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
So to our listeners, I encourage you to take that first step.
Yeah.
To start exploring the world of financial wellness and to discover what financial freedom means to you.
Absolutely.
There's a whole world of possibilities out there, and we're excited for you to embark on this incredible journey.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.